Welcome to the Raven Roundup, your go-to podcast for all things sports at Royal Oak High School. I'm your host, Sam Klonke.
And I'm your co-host, Ben Machiniak. Join us as we dive into the exhilarating world of Royal Oak High School sports, where we cover all of the amazing teams.
That's right, Ben. Whether you're a dedicated fan cheering from the stands or a player on the field, this podcast is your backstage pass to the latest updates, game highlights, and interviews with incredible Raven athletes and coaches.
Winter sports have officially begun here
they
at
have
ROHS High School, man.
Yep.
What sports do we have to offer?
So we have bowling, boys, girls, bowling.
All
We
right.
have basketball, boys, girls, basketball, unified basketball.
Yeah.
We also have boys swim and dive. Girls jumped in the pool in the fall, and now it's boys' turn in the winter. And then we have wrestling. So wrestling's big too. My favorite winter sports gotta be basketball.
Really?
It's very energetic. Through the gymnasium, and
For sure.
it's just a great time. What about you, Ben?
Got to go with the Griffins, M1 Griffins.
M1 Griffins hockey.
Yes,
So
of course.
at John Lindell over
Unified
across the
with,
street
it's us, Berkeley, Ferndale.
in Ferndale.
Yeah.
So it's a conjoined hockey team because there's not enough players
enough,
here
yeah.
at Royal Oak. But hey, I think Royal Oak. I think the Ravens. Ravens carry it a little bit. I don't know.
Just
But man,
a little
we'll
bit.
get into that.
We will.
Let's jump right into boys basketball. Like I said, basketball is my favorite winter sport. So boys basketball is head coach Aaron Smith and captains Eddie Skleski and Camden Clark.
Right. So last year, the team, they went 13-9, and they were third place in the OAA Blue. Dylan Hoffman was the leading scorer last year and the leading all-time scorer for ROHS.
Yeah, and then Davis Arbeiter and Rashad Wilson were also seniors, including Dylan Hoffman, and
Huge
they were a
players.
huge part of
Huge impact they had,
the team.
You know,
And
Davis just splashing threes.
yeah, and they're a huge loss to the team. But what seniors do we have this year, Ben, that are going to lead this team?
So we got 5 this year. We got Eddie Skleski, Luke Lizak, Camden Clark, Drew Bates, and Ryan Lassner.
And Ryan Lassner, he tore his ACL
Yeah.
in the summer, so that's a huge loss for the Ravens, but he is working to get back. So the starting 5 from the first 2 games was senior, Eddie Skleski, captain, Luke Lizak, senior, Camden Clark, co-captain, senior, Nick Hoffman, Jr., he's been on the varsity team last year with his brother, Dylan Hoffman, the all-time scoring leader.
Yeah.
CJ Hairston started the last 2 games, the first 2 games for the Ravens. He's a freshman.
We got a lot of freshmen here starting at Royal Oak.
Yeah, and other underclassmen, this is a very young Ravens basketball team.
It is.
Taylor Vance, Liam Dalton, Urim Patino, and Sam Zeller
All sophomores.
they're all sophomores.
Yeah. So the Ravens, they're 2-0 right now. First game of the season was against Southfield Christian. We won that game 47-39.
47, all right. It was at home, right?
It was. Camden Clark led the team with 20. Nick had 9, and Luke Lizak, he had 8.
So their second game was against the Cranbrook Cranes, and I had the opportunity to actually broadcast that game, so I was right in that action. I know Ben was down there in the student section, but they beat the Cranes with the final score of 58-46. So another great game.
Yeah.
They were down in that first half.
Yeah.
They were down by 6 going into half. The Cranes were shooting so many threes on them, and but they came back. They were up 15 now, and here's what Coach Smith had to say after the game.
Oh, Sam, I'm feeling jipper. I'm really happy, man. I think I'm so proud of the guys. Faced some adversity due to ourselves, I think, in that second quarter. And, we just weren't ourselves. But how they responded to adversity, I'm so proud. That's what ultimately it's about. And they came out and we're some dogs. It's not necessarily what Cranbrook was doing, it's what we're doing. And we just weren't competing. We weren't going hard. They were the aggressor. And so we just had to start punching first instead of, reacting to what Cranbrook was doing. And I challenged them. I said, it's a foxhole. We're with some adversity right now. Where are my dogs at? And they came out and they responded. And, again, just happy for that because we're going to face adversity, all season long. Thank you to the crowd for coming out, too, man. It's just great to see so many people come out to our basketball games. Be loud. We're going to need you on Tuesday. And then if I can do a promo, I think on Friday we're bringing out the Extreme Team Flight Crew. So it's going to be a fun week of basketball.
All right, cool. Thank you very much, Coach.
Camden Clark was the standout player of the game. He had 25 points for the Ravens.
Against the Cranbrook Cranes.
Yes.
And Ben interviewed him.
I did.
After the game. Let's check it out.
I'm here with senior captain Cam Clark. Just scored 25 points. Team's high on the night. How are you feeling after scoring that?
It feels pretty good. It was just a bunch of teamwork. Our team ran our offense. First half went kind of bad. I was down on myself, and kept my head up and just was there for my team.
And then during that game, Luke Lizak and Nick Hoffman both had 8 points for the Ravens, once again following Camden Clark's lead with 25 points. And
Just
I mean,
insane.
You see Clark is a very leader on the court, leader off the court, and it shows.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
With what happens on the court. So next game is home on Tuesday the 5th, December 5th, against Seaholm at 7 p.m. And that's going to be a hard game. And also, Coach Smith said in that interview at the end there that the Pistons Extreme team is coming for the game on Friday.
They will be there Friday.
So I'm excited to see that.
me
And
too.
I think a lot of people should pop out for that game.
I agree. It's always fun. So the Royal Oak girls basketball season starts this Thursday. Sam, he had a chance to go sit down, talk with Mr. Sopata, actually, Coach Sapata. He talked about his background in basketball and what they plan for the season.
Tell us a little bit about your background with basketball, coaching, playing.
Okay, so that's a great question. I don't get that one too often at my age now. But I actually went to Kimball, and I played basketball here for a couple of years. And I started actually realizing that, I thought I knew a lot about the game. Probably thought at the time I knew more than I really did. But I actually started coaching basketball as a junior in high school at Guardian Angels. And so realized that I loved that end of things. Back in 1997, at the age of 22 years old, a guy by the name of Paul Galbensky hired me at Kimball to be the freshman boys coach here. A couple years later, they were looking for a freshman girls coach. I got recommended, jumped into that, loved it, loved coaching both. There was, at the time, girls played in the fall, boys played in the winter. And then they combined the seasons in 2006. So when they combined that, I had to make a choice. I had to decide, do I want to keep coaching boys? Do I want to keep coaching girls? I'd coached some varsity assistant coaches with the boys. I'd been a JV coach with the girls. And I just really looked at like what I thought the girls program could be and where we could maybe take it. And so I stuck with the girls. And so this is year 18 now. My running joke is I'm the winningest coach in Royal Oak girls basketball history. I'm the losingest coach in Royal Oak girls basketball history.
Have you had a favorite moment or moments?
Yeah, I mean, it was funny. Like as you get older, and so I'm really fortunate. I have both of my parents are still alive, and a goal is always it's amazing how many times they're in the stands, and success for our team and our players. But seeing how excited my parents are sometimes. So one moment we did win a league championship out at Oak Park. It happened to be on my birthday. That was kind of a cool moment. I mean, we'd come really close. We finished second place 6 times before we broke through and got our first league title. But I'll never forget, somebody captured a picture of my dad, 2 arms up in victory and just celebrating. And he was, I was probably calmer. Well, maybe not. I was pretty excited, but he was just ecstatic. And so it's those moments. You think about family, and then your kids. Our kids were so fired up for that. That was a special moment. We've had a lot, but that first league title was pretty great.
Wow, awesome. And last year the team went 13-10 and third in the OAA White. What has the team done to prepare for this upcoming season?
Yeah, you talk about like in our program. So now we have 7 seniors, and senior years, you're probably finding out hits a little differently, right? And great summer. Like, couldn't ask for more in terms of our dedication, showing up. Like, we don't take too many days off in the summer. We try to be smart about our breaks and our things, but we went to Northwood team camp. We got to play at Callahan Hall, got to play at the University of Michigan. And so that dedication, that time, that effort. And then in the fall, absolutely respect multi-sport athletes, and we have a bunch of them in our program. It's impressive. Of the 13 girls on our varsity, 12 of them are multi-sport athletes. So they were still coming in and putting in work, and I think they understand, we got a lot of work to do, but there's that potential when you win 13 games and you bring every player back to have a great season.
And last year you had 0 seniors, and on the team, and this year you said you had 7. Do you think having more seniors will help the leadership or change anything?
Yeah, I think our leadership is strong. I think, again, what happened sort of last year, we kind of realized is that sense of, urgency. Like, our seniors are starting to realize that they don't get to do some of these things again. This was the last first practice, last scrimmage before we get in, last opener. So I do think, in a program where, going on my 18th year, we've always talked about you fight for your seniors. Like, you play for them. You play as hard as you can because, you realize at some point you don't get to do that again. Like, you don't get to play high school athletics again. So I do. I think that having that many in a great group of seniors, hard workers, not just leadership, but just that sense of fight that we're going to have with them.
And your first game is this Thursday against Mount Clemens.
Yes.
What will you tell the girls before the season opener?
Yeah, I mean, just a reminder that it's game one. Be excited, be fired up. But it's certainly we get to play a bunch of them. We play 22 of them, so it's we don't want to get too high, we don't want to get too low in one game. Certainly be excited about it, especially when you've had. The off season is long, the season gets here, and then the season goes by in a blur. And that's just, I think, how sports sometimes work. So, enjoy the heck out of every game, every time we get to play. We have Megan Hahn and Anna Waterstret, who are returning, captains. They're seniors. Megan was an all-league selection. You have Emily Austin, an all-league selection as a senior. You have Emmy Walden, just, tough as nails. We asked her to play in the post at 5'8". We have Kat Malinich, who's one of the most vocal players on our team, played varsity goalie, this past season. Make sure I'm not, leaving anyone out on that list. Riley Danaher, who's currently hurt. Can't forget about, Cece Irwin. Just, you talk about, as a coach, we love kids to get on the floor. That kid's going to be on the floor every single chance she can. In practice, she does that. It's hard not to be inspired. Go through our juniors real quick. You got Lucy Freitag, who's our returning MVP, has put in a ton of work this offseason. So she's a 3-year varsity player. Maddie Lawrence returns as a 3-year varsity player. Hannah Sanders is her 2nd year in varsity as a junior. Jordan Hills just had an incredible scrimmage for us the other day. So her and Cece, I call them kind of our spark plugs. And then Lydia Dickens is a sophomore who just loves the game of basketball, keeps getting better. And then we have one freshman on the varsity, Vivian Lawrence. So, want to get those names out there because, I talk a lot, but, man, I'm so proud of those girls. We're going to show up every day. We're going to work as hard as we can. We're trying to get better. And that's easy to say it, but doing it, it's challenging. Like, we had a scrimmage on Saturday out at Lakeland High School, and we had some moments where, man, we were great, but it's that clock keeps going, and it's another quarter to play and another quarter to play, and you don't want to just find that you're going through the motion. So continuously working. And then, I think if we do those things, we have a chance to compete in the league. We're in the OAA white. It's not easy, ever. There's other teams and programs that are working really hard, and then, we have never hung a district banner, but that's definitely a goal. So I love this. Love that you guys are doing it. Love that Mr. Conrad gives you guys this opportunity. Love that you guys had me on. So.
Well, thanks for coming, and good luck with the season. I'm excited to see how it plays out.
Yeah, awesome.
All right,
Thank you.
Yeah.
The girls basketball team, they have their first game this Thursday against Mount Clemens on December 7th at 7 p.m. here at ROHS.
So, yeah, I'm very excited to see how they do after talking to Coach Sopata.
Right.
I'm really
excited
excited for the season to progress.
Absolutely.
And we'll give you more updates as the season goes on.
For sure. Unified basketball, they had a memorable season last year.
Yeah, ROHS became Unified Champion School, and it was really cool to be. I'm on the team. Ben.
Right.
I'm on the team,
Yeah.
and it was really cool to see it happen because it's not just for the team.
It's not.
But it's for the whole community.
So, Sam, tell me what it's like becoming a Unified Champion School.
Well, it was amazing. It's been what Coach Hutton and Coach Reynolds and Coach Wright have been wanting to do over the years with Unified Sports. The community came out for the banner unveiling last year, and it just means a lot to the players and everyone around the community, the whole high school, and it's just a great thing. So I'm very excited to see what happens this year, and I can't wait to get on that court and have a great time because it really means a lot to everyone involved.
So the Unified season starts January 9th, so make sure you come out and support.
It's a very fun time. So, yeah, come out, come support, and it's so appreciated.
And earlier, Sam, he got to talk to Coach Hutton and talk about what it means for the players to receive this amazing support.
Oh, yeah. Check it out.
Being a Unified Champion School is a positive outlook for Royal Oak. It gives us a sense that we've shown inclusion both through our student body, throughout our school, through engagement, and the kids feel it. So all those things combine together to make us one of those Unified Champion schools, and it shows that we're going to keep growing to make inclusion success and allow all people to represent their school. To be a Unified Champion school takes a bit of effort. You have to have at least 2 sports that you are running throughout the year. You have activities Unified is kind of changing where you can have different activities. It doesn't have to be a basketball, soccer. They could be a multitude of activities that kids are engaged in, like we had bocce ball at the middle school. And in order to have a unified school kind of success, you have to work with Special Olympics. You have to kind of sign up and get some training from them. You have to engage the student body, both students with intellectual disabilities as well as student partners, to guide the school into a place for inclusion, whether it's student groups, teaming that up with athletics as much as possible to kind of give you a method to develop that inclusion, and then have the support in the student body to see that take place. I think it's a great outlet and positive element of Royal Oak schools. When you see this in the school community, it's broader than just Royal Oak High School. More than the 1,500 kids or so we have here. It's bigger than our Royal Oak neighborhood or even our school system. We're talking about the community itself. We've had real estate agents coming in and saying, we love this about our school. We've had mayors and representatives from around the state. We've had other schools look at us as kind of a symbol of here's what greatness looks like. And so we start to recognize that we made a great thing happen, and we're going to continue that by sharing that out.
So the bowling teams here at RHS have only had one match so far, and they played Oxford last week. RO varsity boys lost their match 25-5, and RO JV boys and varsity girls both got shut out 30-0. Ben,
we'll keep you updated throughout the season. We'll talk about more specific player highlights and what's going on with the team.
All right, great. And as we speak, the team is headed to a tournament, and they have a match tomorrow night, Tuesday the 5th, against Troy. So good luck to the team.
Good luck, guys.
Luck. All right. And this is Ben's favorite winter sport.
It is.
M1 Griffins hockey is a combination of Royal Oak, Ferndale, and Berkeley, and we talked about that earlier. So it's a three school team, and they're all combined. And who's leading the team for RO?
So the team leaders are junior captain Kyle Passwater, and we got senior alternate captain Bobby Ring.
So those are the two captains from RO.
Yeah, those
and then
are
the other
Royal Oak
two,
captains.
I think, are from Berkeley, right?
They are, yeah.
But we're focusing on the RO guys here. So this year they've started out 4-0, and they are top 10 in the Division I rankings. So that's very exciting for the hockey team. M1 is looking good. And we both have been to these games, and we've seen how well they have been playing.
Yeah, they just performed
So they have
good.
beat Orchard Lake, St. Mary's, Bloomfield, Birmingham, and Novi. So they are looking to beat more. And we attended their game.
We did. Me and Sam, we were at the game against the Birmingham Kings, where they won with a score of 5-1.
Holy cow.
Senior Logan Elam scored 2 goals that night for M1.
Yeah, so senior Raven, Logan Elam.
Senior Raven.
Yeah, that guy. He scored 2 goals for the Griffins to really make that. He ended that game.
Out, yeah.
I had the pleasure to talk and meet Coach Fox, the hockey coach for the M1 Griffins, after the game to talk to him about Logan Elam's 2 goals for the night and about the rest of the game.
Oh, that's a huge win for us against a rival team like that. In a league game, our first league win. Just kind of the momentum we need to start off the season. So that was huge. Proud of the way the boys played. Committed to team defense. They were fast. They were moving the puck well. Overall, it was a great win.
Senior Logan Elam with 2 goals on the night.
Huge.
What do you got to say about that?
The timing of his goals were impeccable because he, they had some, that was in the third period. They had, they were on us a bit and pressuring, and so his goals, took that steam out of their sails kind of thing, and this shifted the momentum back to us, and we were able to finish that game out.
And then Ben also talked to Logan Elam after his big game. What did Elam say about his back-to-back goals last Friday night?
He was just really hyped up. He was excited not only for himself for those 2 goals, but for the whole team. It was a big win, and he was just super excited.
And this is his first year on M1. He's a senior, but this is his first year on M1, so it's really cool to see him shine in his first year on the Griffins. So good luck to them with the rest of the season. They have Stony Creek this Friday.
That'll be a good one.
I've talked to some of the players, and they're really excited for this game. And they're really excited to keep going. I mean, 4-0. Started off 4-0, and they kind of had some doubters on on Saturday against Novi. I mean,
did.
They were like a
Lot of people,
50-50, and they beat them 6-0. So, I mean,
They're serious.
I hope
They're
no one's
legit,
really. I hope no one's doubting the M1 Griffins anymore, and the boys have been doing great.
So boys swim and dive, their first meet is Thursday, December 8th against Oxford. That is at home. So the season hasn't started yet, but we will update you guys as it progresses and we know more.
Of course, and the boys swim and dive, just like the girls swim and dive, they have great programs, and we're really looking forward to see what they're going to do. I know it's going to be great. Moving on to boys wrestling, they haven't started just yet, but their first meet is this Wednesday at Armada. The team wrestles Utica and Centerline. We will also provide more information as the season progresses.
All right, thank you guys for watching the second episode of the Raven Roundup. We hope you guys were able to get the information that you were looking for, and just thank you for watching.
Next up on the Raven Roundup, we will continue to give all of the updates on the winter season, as well as we're having the boys basketball head coach, Coach Smith, and Camden Clark join us next episode on the Raven Roundup. Once again, thank you all for listening and watching us round up all of the sports at Royal Oak High School. I'm your host, Sam Klonke.
I'm your co-host, Ben Machiniak.
And remember that it is a great day to be a Raven. Stay safe.